Hello everyone and welcome to the Just Studio. I'm Gomez Miniatures and in today's video we're going to see how to paint the armor of Fuegan, one of the Phoenix Lords of the Eldari. I start with a base coat of Wet'suwet'en Red applied with an airbrush. As I always say, if you don't have an airbrush, that's fine, you can use a brush. I apply thin coats with the airbrush, around 3 or 4, to evenly cover the armor. For the shadows, I use a 1-to-1 mix of corner red and black, applied from below. I place the shadows on the back of the legs, under the knees, on the underside of the arms, and in similar areas. For the highlights, I start with Evil Sand Scarlet. I apply it in the opposite direction of the shadows, spraying from above onto the areas where the light hits the armor the most: the chest, the upper part of the knees, and the most exposed parts of the arms. The next highlight is with Wild Rider Red. Just like before, I apply it on the most exposed areas, reducing the coverage and leaving the previous color visible to start building a gradient that gives the armor volume. Then I prepare a 1-to-1 mix of Troll Slayer Orange and Fire Dragon Bright. Again, I apply it to the light areas, now only on the very top of the chest or the knee, always leaving the previous layers visible. I never completely cover the color underneath. For the final highlight, I use Troll Slayer Orange, reducing the coverage even more. Same process, but in a smaller area. Now, I will be reinforcing the shadows a little bit more. It feels like it lacks a little bit of contrast, so I will apply a 1-to-1 mix of Screamer Pink and Corner Red from below, just like we did in the beginning. I changed the original Corner Red for Screamer Pink to give the mid-shadows a slightly pinker tone. With black and the brush, I will cover all the parts that won't be orange. As I always say, this helps separate the elements and keeps the work cleaner. It also works as shadow lining when I paint the details, if I leave a bit of black bordering each detail. I move now onto the shadow lining using a mix of Screamer Pink and black. I paint lines between the different parts of the armor. This makes them easier to read and stand out better. I normally use paint oils for this step because they flow very well into the recesses, but on this model, I prefer to do it with a brush for more control and precision. And here is the final result of Fuegan's armor, once you apply all the edge highlights that you can find in the full tutorial on Patreon. If you like this type of content, consider supporting us. See you in the next video.